Probably going b5 there at some point would have been pretty dangerous for me. But I prevailed in the end, so I'm happy, of course. Okay, we'll go for the old Aljochen's defense. Take and g6. Let's see what he's prepared here, if anything. Yeah, bishop c4. Can go. I think you can go bishop e6. Let's see what it does. Just castling, huh? Okay, knight d7. I don't remember your theory here, so I'm basically improvising, but one of the points here is I wanna, with going bishop e6, is I wanna possibly save on c6 so that I can go c5 in one go at some point. And I may have some tactics, like if he had moved the knight, like knight f3, maybe I could have gone knight e3, win the bishop there, bishop c4, and even though I'm a bit behind in development, I still just need bishop g7 castles to get a good position, so I was not so worried about that. Rook e1 feels a bit soft to me. Okay, I'm gonna take it, and then I think I'm gonna go bishop g7, because I feel like obviously the exchange sack is a very typical theme, but as long as I can castle queenside, the weakening of my king is not as important, and thus it shouldn't be all that dangerous. So I had an idea here. Knight c3 is not very attractive to me, because knight c3 happens and then he gets to develop with tempo. I can go knight to e3, and then if he goes bishop b5 check, I go c6, I take, he takes, and if either bishop c3, bishop e3, or fe3 protecting d4, I go c5. Now I've sacked a pawn, but I think I do get some positional compensation. Is this too adventurous for Tuesday nights? That is the question. Okay, whatever. Enough wasted time. I'll just castle. Not like a normal kid. And yeah, I have castled now, but I didn't think that he was gonna sack in exchange after he'd lost the tempo. I can go c5. Not crazy about that move. Okay, let me go for a5 instead. C4 is what I was kind of hoping for. I thought I had the opportunity to play dynamically now. The idea is knight b4. And bishop e6 is met by queen d1, followed by knight takes c2. So I'm not sure if he's really in time to consolidate. Obviously, if he was in time to take an e6 and then protect c2, my position would be a wreck, positionally speaking. But I don't think he's in time, and thus I should be fine. If he'd gone c3 instead of a4, protecting against the threat of a4, I wouldn't have been able to do this, and I would have had to play, in a normal, slightly passive way instead. This way, I'm pretty happy. Because the whole construction with the bishop on g7, the knight on b4, and everything, all of it makes sense as long as white doesn't get to play c3. And I don't really think c3 is an attractive option here. Because I can just go knight d3, or even better, I go queen d1, bishop d1, knight d3, and I actually win material because both c1 and e1 cannot be protected. So in general, I think I'm achieving some of my positional goals here, and I have quite some pressure against his queen side. Probably knight c3 is the best move here. Then I take on b3. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, I don't take back. No automatic moves. I take on c2. And if he takes on f7, I will be a pawn down, but I'm not even remotely worried about that. His rook will be poorly placed on a2. I will get rook f to d8, exploiting his somewhat retarded development. And here as well, I think just rook d8, and I should be doing perfectly fine. If I'd gone for, let's say, knight b4, his rook would have had an avenue into the game via d2 or e2. But now, well, he does get the rook into the game, but at least I've gained some time. I think I'll go knight d4 to create a threat against d3. And if knight d2, I'll go rook c8 probably. And here I'll go bishop h6. I don't think he can protect everything. So knight c4, I'll take on b3, and I think I should be better. Yeah, let's just go rook d4, see what he does. If this, no, I probably got to trade. Yeah, he's probably going to be able to make a draw here. Okay, rook c7. Let's try and make it a little difficult for him. I'm obviously short on time, but we're playing on increments, so it shouldn't be a major issue. Rook b3 is a good move, protecting the bishop on a3. And now I do have bishop c1. I feel like he might have missed that. We'll take this one, go e5. Try and gain some space. Oh, I missed rook b5. Now it's going to be a draw for sure. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. Okay, I'll take an a6, e6. Yeah, this is pretty clear draw. But I will obviously try and push a little bit, seeing as I do have an extra pawn. Okay, I'll go e5, rook c2. Okay, now rook d3, e3 is coming. Not 100% trivial. Pretty far from it, actually, as the knights who say ni would not say. Oh, f3, that was his idea. Okay, that was an unfortunate mess. Still, he had rook b4 there, maybe. And then he would be able to trap my rook. Okay. Rook f6. Sorry, king f6. We'll go back with the king, and we're hoping that his king is kind of shut off. Push h4. Okay, we'll push again. It's not immediately obvious to me that this is a draw. Okay, I think we have to get the rook behind. King goes. Still, he cannot take because the pawn ending is lost. So it's not at all obvious. We'll go check, take on f4, rook f3, and now I win the game. It's a little reminiscent of the game he won against Maxim in the quarterfinals, where he won completely drawn rook ending. A pawn up. Okay. 2 up. That's a pretty good start.